Hello everyone, so I have another update. It doesn't look that much different, but under the hood, it's completely different because I learned how to use Next.js. Well, somewhat, I'm still learning certain things. So I've now converted the original rebranded site that was built in React into Next.js. I added back the Learn More button. One thing about React, when you use React Router and you want to link, like you have an in-page link, like say you want to link it to an ID of a section that's on the same page, like I tried to look it up, but like some people use like some sort of trickery to do it. And so what I ended up doing was just completely getting rid of this button altogether on the original rebranded site. However, Next.js, if you look, it allows you to do it. Because Next.js uses just the link and it has an href property, and the href allows you to, if you have a hash symbol, it's called hash something, like something special. Anyway, as long as it's on the same page and you give another section the matching ID, it will behave just like a regular A tag will. So that's something that was cool. I added this first letter pseudo element to this section just to, jazz it up just a little bit. So I thought that was cool. This part's the same. All right, so for these cards, I kept it underlined because I wanted you to know that you could click on it. And I added a box shadow. Now, if you hover over it, you see how it looks like it lifts off the page. So I thought that was cool. I just increased changed one of the properties of the box shadow so it gives that effect. And I also did transform translate Y to make it move up, I think like 5 or 10 pixels. Then I keep the same consistent button effect for all the buttons really, but this is the primary button, and then the transparent button right here, this is a secondary button. So I just reused these two button components all over the site. And then I added like a little box shadow on the scroll to top button, which here I'll show you. It just takes you back to the top. I changed the footer around a little bit. It was a bit squished because it was 4 columns with the logo. So I like the look of the logo being up top. And so I'm gonna show you. It's also responsive. All right, so I have a max width, I think of 1400 pixels. So it's just going to be more white space if your monitor is bigger. But once you go in, once you get to a certain amount, I don't know why I did that, but it becomes 2 by 2 up here, and they're centered on the page, and the address is centered on the page. And then when you reach another media query, it becomes vertical. And then there you go. All right, let's go to therapy services page. I wanted to try to jazz it up just a little bit. So I added a box shadow for these cards so they're kind of lifted up off the page. Just something subtle. And then I decided to alternate so the images wouldn't all be on one side. I just did flex direction row reverse, but I only did it on the nth child, and I did even, so only the even children have that property. The other ones just have flex direction row. So that's why it alternates like that. And then of course, same button hover. And then about us page, this one is the same. The Psychology Today button, that button came like all the way, it was like this long, and it just looked really weird compared to this one. So I added just a little arrow icon just so you know that this takes you somewhere, because this is actually an external link that takes you to her Psychology Today page. And then same thing. So all these scheduled appointments, for now, all they do is take you to the contact page, and then the FAQ page. It did have like that blue background, but the more I looked at it, I didn't really like it. And so I added just the border left for a little bit of decoration. And I moved the button to the middle. And the contact page, I changed it from that yellow color to the blue. Sorry, I ran out of time. I didn't realize that the recording was about to cut off. But yeah, like I said, I didn't like that accent color. I thought it was too much of the accent color and it was taken away from the button that I wanted you to have all the attention here. So I added this light blue color instead. This button hover kind of like the pulsing because this is actually the only real button on the page. So I wanted to stand out. And these have a hover and a focus. It's like a really pale purple. So whichever one you're typing on, the background changes ever so slightly. Here, I'll go back to the About page because the whole thing is mobile responsive. And it still has like this, that cool rotate and scale effect combo that makes it look like it's kind of disappearing into the abyss. But yeah, so About page and everything just centered with a little bit of padding on each side. Therapy services. I got rid of the box shadow because I thought it looked weird on such a narrow screen. So I think once you get to, let me see. There you go. Once you get to about here, then it becomes horizontal and then I add the box shadow. All right. And then the FAQs. And I have like this box shadow under here. I kind of like it just because it almost gives the effect of like siding a little bit. I don't know. I think it looks cool. But yeah, still have the same underline. Well, I mean, border left. And then this is just text. I left this blue because this is an actual external link and I wanted you to know that it was an external link. So I just left this a standard blue color. And then contact page. And yep. All right. Thanks for watching.